Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be playing the Silent. As with the rest of the month, we are doing a Pandora's Box swap. Apparently we got one on the first try. One seed here. Okay, what in the world? We got 5 rares. Nightmare, 1000 Cuts, Adrenaline, Malaise, and Glass Knife. Reflex Calculated Gamble says do some discard stuff. A lot of the other cards exhaust. Caltrops, Adrenaline, Piercing Wail, 1000 Cuts, Nightmare, and Malaise all exhaust. So there's really only... Oh, Calculated Gamble exhausts too. There's actually only 3 permanent cards in the deck, Flying Knee, Glass Knife, and Reflex. And Glass Knife goes down to 0 attack after a while. So this is going to be a bit of a weird one. No block, although there is a Piercing Wail. Nightmare is going to be a bit of a liability in Act 1, as is 1000 Cuts. We are a prepared away from an infinite. Alright, weird. I guess there's 5 permanent cards in the deck because of the Neutralize and Survivor. Pathing. Hexaghost Act. There's a late elite here. Could do 3 starting with one of these 2. Go to Mega. Yeah, that's true. Gamble Upgrade would also do it. So floor 0 infinite. No, we don't need any removes. Because most of the cards in the deck remove themselves. Nightmare, 1000 Cuts, Adrenaline, Piercing Wail, Malaise, Caltrops, all remove themselves. Plus Calculated Gamble Reflex draws like 7 cards, so even if it was like a 15 card deck, we could still do it sometimes. We need to go to a fire to get the Calculated Gamble upgraded, and then we basically need to find like a 0-cost attack. To kill Hexaghost with the Infinite. Adding cards is kind of Kronger, sure. I mean, but we have to add cards. This deck doesn't kill the heart, so gotta do something about that. Are we feeling like we should fight a Mega Elite in Act 1? No, that seems sketchy. 3 Elites seems appropriate though, so maybe like this, that, and that Elite. I like that. It'd be nice to get 2 fires. Looks like that's not possible. I guess 2 fires is possible, but we'd have to go this into that, and then this into that. So the Mega Elite does give us an extra fire. Oh, that's true, we do have a 0-cost attack. Good point. Neutralize, 1000 Cuts. Yeah, we don't even need an attack. You can just literally calculate a gamble as the 1-card combo. It's kind of fun. Right, yeah. It has to go on, like, Caltrops or Adrenaline or, like, Piercing Wail or, you know, Calculated Gamble or Reflex, whatever. Alright, so early fire would be really nice, because then we're online for the infinite. So I think we're going to aim for, like, this line. Oh, wait, this line, because then we get 3 fights. Although the 3 fights probably don't scale us that hard. We could skip one. Actually, yeah, let's skip one, because then we're conserving health going through this easy pool fight, and we've only got 1 hard pool fight before the potential Mega Elite. On the 1000 Cuts, yeah, the button 1,000 times. Yeah, hitting the button 1,000 times is not super exciting, I'll admit that. We had a deck like this the other day, where it was infinite with the only damage coming from a 0-cost attack. That was the Ironclad run, I think. Right. Got Calculated Gamble Reflex, but it's not infinite yet. Let's just play all the cards. How about that? I don't want to play Flying Knee until it's killing somebody. Glass Knife definitely gets a kill. Okay. This is lethal. Okay. Acrobatics seems good in the deck. Draws the 10-card hand a little bit. It's actually worth it, though. Deflect actually, like, upgrades the Infinite so that it's block positive against the heart. Dash is a good Act 1 card. I'm not that afraid of adding cards to the deck, since it's there are only 3 permanent cards in the deck. I guess there's 5 permanent cards. But we can go up to 8 against the heart. So we have sort of 3 little fudge cards. Acrobatics seems pretty nice to get the combo online. It seems like comboing on turn 1 is what we're going to want to do. Gives us another reflex out. Can draw us into Adrenaline. We probably want to remove the Nightmare. Nightmare is really awkward. 3-cost skill that doesn't do anything on turn 1. Yeah, I'll take an Acrobatics. Obviously not good against, like, Gremlin Nod, but what can you do? Let's knee him Malaise him. I think we're going to kill him next turn, so Malaise can do some work over there. Okay. Now we're going to play 4 cards. We're only going to play 1-cost cards that kills him. And then we just have to figure out what the 1-cost cards are. I guess Glass Knife is better. Glass Knife Survivor. Okay. Maybe could have played Caltrops. Could have been more damage. Isn't Nightmare on Adrenaline energy neutral? Over 2 turns, yeah. 2 turns is a long time, though. Backflip, Deadly Poison, Leg Sweep are the options. I think we're probably skipping all these. Feels weird to skip a Leg Sweep, but we've already got Malaise and Neutralize for weak. And seems like we are trying to go infinite on turn 1, so adding extra cards, it seems bad. You like Backflip? Sparkle Crutch Thoughty? I don't know about that. It does draw cards, so it's not, like, terrible. If we get to add 3 cards to the deck, though, I'm not sure Backflip is one of them. Shining Light. Upgrading Calculated Gamble is our win condition. Do other upgrades matter? Not particularly. Upgrade on Nightmare, make it a little bit more playable. Acrobatics gets an extra card. If this misses Calculated Gamble, though, we have to upgrade Calculated Gamble with the fire. So we could put ourselves in kind of a weird situation if this misses, where we have to rest but also have to upgrade. We have almost full health, though, so I think it's probably worth it to just go. I don't want to die in Act 1. Is it hard for us to infinite against sentries? It probably is, right? Because the dazes. Does this ever get us killed against sentries? We go down to 39 right now. It's pretty unlikely we take 40 against sentries, I think. Okay. Alright, it hit Calculated Gamble, so that's gotta be a success, right? This is free. And I think I'm gonna take the, since we have the Calculated Gamble upgraded already, I think I'm gonna skip the hallway fight and just go for the elite from here. Oh, we can even heal. Removing cards actually kind of good. Helps us combo in turn 1. Yeah, upgrade reflex would be okay. I feel like we're gonna draw the whole deck pretty reliably. I don't know if we really need it. Best remove targets are like Nightmare and Glass Knife. Or Flying Knee. I guess Flying Knee would come before Glass Knife. Flying Knee and Glass Knife are getting particular scrutiny because they're some of the only cards that are continually in the deck. The deck ends up being Calculated Gamble, Glass Knife, Acrobatics, Reflex, Flying Knee, Survivor, Neutralize. And Neutralize and Calculated Gamble and Reflex are safe because that's the combo. So the expendable cards are Survivor, Glass Knife, Flying Knee, Acrobatics. And we added Acrobatics intentionally, so presumably that's not it. So it's probably Flying Knee, Glass Knife, or Survivor. Could be Nightmare. Nightmare is like definitely the most removable of the exhaust cards. I think I'm just going to take a rest, though. I think rest encourages us to fight 3 Act 1 elites, which is good. Rest here, upgrade Glass Knife. Seems like kind of a slam dunk infinite, or 3 elite line. Glass Knife upgrade is so good, too. 24 damage for 1. Seems great. Should keep us out of trouble. Alright, here's Gremlin Knob. Should have played Thousand Cuts first, I guess. The goal here is to get the maximum number of cards out of the way. So we want to play Malaise and, like, Caltrops Piercing Whale. But it would also be nice to play Glass Knife to end the fight. So are we trying to infinite next turn, or are we trying to... let's see. Okay, so what does that look like? So if we play Malaise, Caltrops, Piercing Whale, we're getting rid of 3 of these cards, 4 of the cards with Ascender's Bane. So 4 of these cards get shuffled in. There's 6 cards here. Draw these 2 and 3 out of 6. If we draw either Reflex or Acrobatics, we go infinite. Yeah, I think increasing the chance of that is better than playing Glass Knife right here. We can play Glass Knife next turn. What do you mean by with 1 energy? Oh, yeah, I can't play 2 cards, you're right. Yeah, Malaise for 0 was the plan, but I was planning on playing Piercing Whale and Caltrop somehow. No, you're right. So then it's going to be 3 cards out of 7. It's still pretty likely. Alright, I'll just develop the Caltrops then. I think that's better than Piercing Whale. Piercing Whale is just a pure waste, right? Okay, we got Acrobatics, so I think we're probably infinite. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, it didn't draw itself back? I thought discarding the Reflex would draw it. Did I do this wrong? To play neutral? I don't... Seems like I should be able to play Neutralize. So I'm gonna not discard Reflex, because I need Reflex to draw the Calculated Gamble. Yeah. Wait, no, it still didn't work. Does this combo not work? I really thought the Calculated Gamble Reflex would be an infinite, but it apparently is not. So we need like a prepared? Reflex draws 2 cards, Reflex draws plus draws 3 cards. Why would that make any difference? No, I don't think we need a Reflex Plus. I think it just doesn't work. I think you need, I think we need like a Prepared Plus or another Calculated Gamble. Shit. Survivor blocks for the most. Should be setting up for lethal next turn either way. If we top deck Glass Knife, we have lethal now. It's an out for saving 33 health. We should probably take it. We're drawing 2 cards out of 6. Just like a 33% chance for saving 33 life. Yeah, I think that's better than a guaranteed save 3 life. Sweet. Pantograph, maybe not actually good. No, Saucy, we don't need a Reflex Plus. The problem, so if you think about the way this combo is supposed to work, right? There's 0 cards in the discard, 0 cards in the draw. We've got a bunch of cards in hand, Calculated Gamble, and Reflex, right? The way I thought this worked was you play Calculated Gamble's in the, like, in-play zone, right? It discards all the cards in hand, including Reflex, redraws all those cards, because those are the only cards, right? And then what I thought happened was Calculated Gamble resolves, goes into the discard, and Reflex triggers and draws it, but apparently Reflex triggers while Calculated Gamble's in the in-play zone. Because it's card draw positive even with a Reflex minus, because it's only a 1-card combo, and Reflex draws 2 cards. It's just that Reflex triggers too early, so we need 2 cards to be, so that one of them isn't in the in-play zone. Second Reflex doesn't fix it, although it would give us extra ways to get to 10 cards, but we don't really need extra ways. I think 1 Reflex is probably enough. Terror's hard to turn down. Adds an extra card to the deck, but it's a Terror. It's a pretty good card to add. We've got a Glass Knife. We just fought Gremlin Knob. We'd fight 1 easy pool fight and then 1 hard pool fight before the Mega Elite. But it draws itself and prepared if played. I mean, we don't have it prepared. If we had it prepared, then we would have the infinite. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, two prepared and a Reflex is an infinite, because you use 1 prepared to draw the other prepared, right? So neither of them is stuck in limbo. Terror puts us, like, a card away from infiting, right? Cards are Kronger. But it's a really good card. Do we have an upgrade coming up? Maybe here? I tested it out with Prepared Plus, Tactician, and Reflex for Infinite. It works. Tactician and Reflex? What are you talking about? Hold on a second. Okay. I mean, so like I've done a prepared infinite before, and I'm pretty surprised that the calculated gamble reflex isn't working. But I guess the prepared infinites require 2 copies of prepared. I don't know. I thought they only required 1, but I guess that's wrong. Okay, I'm gonna take a terror. Well, I don't know. My last Silent Infinite took a terror late to try and improve the game plan against Time Eater, and then didn't really need it, but it didn't really hurt either. I mean, once it gets an upgrade, it basically doesn't cost anything. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But why didn't it work for calculated gamble then? Do they work differently? Calculated gamble and prepared? I mean, they must, right? How much additional damage is it with glass knife? A ton. It's 12 extra damage. Yeah, it must be that calculated gamble, like, because it says discard your hand, and then it like measures how many cards it discarded. So it must like discard your hand and then reflex procs and then draw that many cards. I'm not sure. Yeah, we should only take this if we can upgrade it, right? But I do think it's probably the best upgrade. We don't need a reflex plus, so acrobatics plus would be kind of nice. Quaith, we just did this comment. It does not work. So maybe, yeah, if it draws and then reflex procs, maybe that could be true. If it does that before calculated gamble goes in the discard, the combo doesn't work. I know that, but I don't know the order. Let's just take terror. All right, let's watch the timing really quickly. Or really carefully. So it's going to discard 4 cards, and then reflex is going to draw 2. So we're going to draw 6 cards, but is it like, do we draw 4 and then 2, or do we draw 2 and then 4? So 4 and then 2. So yeah, it for some reason reflex procs like between this period and the end of the card. Whatever that means. Not much block here. I think we're hoping to draw a Survivor, so I'll just acrobatics into that. We missed it. I guess we got Survivor. We missed Adrenaline, that's what I mean. So Survivor Piercing Wail blocks out completely. So does Survivor Malaise. We could do Survivor Glass Knife Malaise. Or Survivor Terror Malaise. Get all the debuffs. Yeah, let's do Survivor Terror Malaise. We just Nightmare the Glass Stuff, get lethal next turn. That seems fine. Oh, we had lethal this turn. Shoot. Glass Knife, too strong. I think Endless Agony... No, Endless Agony could replace and neutralize this as damage, but we don't need the extra card, right? Hey, Disc Buddy. How's it going? Good morning. I don't think we need any of these cards, right? Well-laid plans. We're trying to draw the whole deck in 1 turn, so this doesn't matter. Congratulations on being half vax. What do you mean by half vax exactly? Do you mean like you've gotten your first shot? It's really awkward to talk about the period between your second shot and when you're fully vaccinated. I don't know how to refer to that. that zone. I guess you could think of it as 1/3 vexed, 2/3 vexed, fully vexed. Yeah, I think we're skipping here. Okay. Sometimes Endless Agony is actually part of this this combo, because it gives you an extra card in hand to make up for the loss that Calculated Gamble does. We're gonna go fight a Mega Elite, or are we doing this Elite? Guess we'll see what's in the chest. Oh, pair, okay. That's nice. I think that probably says do the Mega Elite. Although, not having the combo online makes me feel a little sketched out about the first Elite. But like Terror Glass Knife, I guess Terror Glass Knife's not good against Sentries, right? We should be pretty strong against Sentries, so 1,000 cuts and a lot of card draw. I'm willing to do it. Let's just try to get this guy this turn. And miss. He's talking to Flying Me next turn, so we'll neutralize this one. Actually, Terror neutralize. Okay. Flying Me him. Survivor Blaze Slime, I guess. Draw Glass Knife, win. Sweet. Backstab doesn't hurt much. We had a backstab in our last Silent Infinite, but it hurts a little bit. Second Acrobatics doesn't help. If we got a Tactician, then we would be an Infinite with the first Acrobatics. Acrobatics Calculated Gamble would be an Infinite. As is, none of these are useful. Backstab's kind of a lot of damage, though, with Terror in the deck. Helps us assassinate a Sentry. It's definitely a liability later on, but we're about to go fight a Mega Elite, so we might need the help. And it does say exhaust, so it's not a huge liability later on. Especially in a deck with so much card draw. You would skip Elite. Well, you went the wrong way for this. we were supposed to fight this guy if we were going to do that. We're going to fight this Elite for sure. Double Acro for the Tinksha Dream. I mean, Tinksha is already a dream, right? Because we were trying to do an Infinite here with the discard stuff. We don't really need a second Acrobatics for that. We've got Calculated Gamble. We can skip the backstab and still fight the Mega Elite here. I'm not too worried. Yeah, Lagavulin pretty easy. Full Energy Malaise, sure. Let's play Calculated Gamble and then try to get Nightmare on Adrenaline. We could miss it, but... Oh, sweet. Okay. Do we play it now? Yeah, if we play it now, we get Terror down. We're gonna have plenty of them next turn. Okay. Glass Knife is ready to go. Alright, wakey wakey, Lagavulin. Maybe I was supposed to Nightmare the Glass Knife. It worked pretty well too. Pretty sure this is lethal. Okay. Torii Emerald Key. Nice. Bullets time says you can't draw on it, so we probably don't want that. We got the famous Tear 80 here. Getting to 80% potion chance is extremely unlikely and unlucky, but it can happen. We rolled like a bottom 1% on potion chances here over multiple floors. Yeah, these are all bad. Okay. Let's try to take my money. Yeah, the one potion we did get is terrible. Yeah, good point. Terror Survivor's pretty good here. And then Neutralize blocks out. Oops. Nope, that one. Drat. I guess we can, like, 1,000 cuts Flying Name Malaise. I assume we're killing him next turn. Glass Knife Adrenaline coming up. So no point in Malaising for more than one, I guess. I guess Malaising for more than one would have removed his strength. Could have blocked for more, maybe. Snicko Oil for the second one. Great. Amazing. These potions are my favorite. I guess if we can Snicko Oil into a zero-cost Acrobatics, that's an infinite. It's also extremely unlikely. We don't need these, right? We've been offered... This is our third Reflex we've been offered, but one is enough, so I don't think we need another one. Blur's kind of cute. If we're generating infinite block, we could... we could save it. But if we're generating infinite block, then what do we care, right? We just generate more infinite block later. Dagger Spray's bad. Okay. I presume we're smithing Terror here. Could do Caltrops, actually, going into Hexaghost. Caltrops is pretty good. Potion only... What does that even mean? You just, like... You have to roll Firepot on the first, like, 3 floors. No, even then, like, Firepot doesn't solve, like, a Jawworm. Oh, you just still get to use your strikes. I thought by potion only you meant only potions. We could do Acrobatics, too. Or Nightmare to make that easier to play. So Terror is 1 energy per fight. Adrenaline is also 1 energy per fight. But I guess Adrenaline's probably better because we're more likely to Nightmare Adrenaline than we were to Nightmare Terror. Yeah, I could see Reflex. It seems like sort of a later upgrade. Like, once we've got the combo online, sure, I could see upgrading Reflex. 1,000 cuts for extra damage. During combo. Right. But Terror is, like, probably the best card in the deck, aside from Glass Knife, so having the 1 energy on always the best target is probably better than the flexibility from the best from 1 energy on anything. But, yeah. Not by a ton. We could do Flying Knee, too, if we want more damage. Seems like kind of a waste of time. Neutralize also does give an extra weak, so we could stack up weak. If we're talking about getting 1 extra energy per fight, Terror and Adrenaline do it, but Nightmare does too. Nightmare gets decosted. If we pick Snecko Eye, the Adrenaline energy survives the cost to randomization, although this deck would be terrible with Snecko Eye, so we're clearly not doing that. Could rest, I guess. 39. No, we have Pantograph when we're fighting Hexaghost. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, since we don't have the Infinite online, I'm a little bit worried about damage, especially since Glass Knife like wears off. Our only real damage is Flying Knee. So I think we should upgrade either Flying Knee or Caltrops, and I'm kind of leaning towards Caltrops. Caltrops is pretty effective against Hexaghost. But Flying Knee does benefit from the Vulnerable. So if we go up to 11, it does an extra 5 damage, so it's 16. So 16 versus, this is currently 12 with the Vulnerable, so it's 4 extra damage per Flying Knee versus 2 extra damage per Hexaghost attack. We might even be playing Flying Knee like twice a turn, though, eventually. So like 4 extra damage, or 8 extra damage per turn is a lot more than 2 per Hexaghost attack. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into the Flying Knee. Okay. 1,000 Cuts is basically unskippable here. And Glass Knife helps us assassinate one on the outside too. Yeah, probably should use a potion here. It's a good call out. Because we have 70% potion chance and these are terrible. Might as well get some value out of them. Do we ever just Snecko Oil right now? Draw 5 cards, potentially be able to play 1. Could draw like Nightmare and randomize the cost on that. It's not getting any better, right? No, we'll use that when we draw a handful of Dazes. How about that? Use this now. This is guaranteed to draw Reflex. Okay. The 1 million card turn, sure, sure. I guess Caltrops does 6 damage here. I don't want to play Calculated Gamble now because I'd draw these and not be able to play them. It would do 1 AoE damage, which is kind of nice, but it's not worth it. Snecko Oil, try to find some block. Yeah, I'm not using it in the Hexaghost fight, so I might as well use it now. Sure. We did find the block, it's too expensive. I guess I'll Nightmare Neutralize. With Nightmare Neutralize coming up, we're playing this one. So we're playing 4 Neutralizes by the end of next turn. Each one does 4 damage, so 16 total damage. Terror actually hits. So this one does 4 damage. The ones next turn will do 5 damage. So next turn we're doing 15 plus the 4 now. So we'd need 4 more damage to kill him next turn. Let's see if we can get it. It's not guaranteed, but it could happen. Also, it weakens him, so limited downside. No, they only do... Yeah, the damage goes up to 4, and then the 1,000 cuts makes it do 5. No, 4 is base if you upgrade it. Shovel, okay. Second 1,000 cuts. Make the 1,000 cuts infinite do damage. We don't have any dex scale or shivs, so I don't think dodge and roll or accuracy are the picks. We'll just skip those. Alright, well, we kind of ran out of upgrades that were good. Terror, I guess, is good. It's not amazing. It's probably not as good as a relic, though. Relic could get us Tincture or Tough Bandages, which are, like, probably run-winning. I don't know. I don't know if we really need those, but I don't really need an upgrade either. Why do you keep wanting to upgrade Reflex? What's the point? What does that do? Sundial. Wow. Okay, so now we are infinite. So now Acrobatics, Calculated Gambles, and infinite. Okay, sweet. It literally changes nothing. It doesn't do anything. I'll save you the trouble. Nightmare Piercing Wail makes some sense here. Sucks to miss Caltrops, though. We're gonna infinite him. So the goal is to take 0 damage, right? Nightmare Piercing Wail helps take 0 damage. Okay. So now we just want to get cards out of the deck. The most cards we can get out of the deck is Terror, Double Piercing Wail. 1,000 Cuts plays fewer cards, but does more damage. Do we care about total cards, or do we care about cost of cards? Because if we care about cost of cards, we should just play 1,000 Cuts Terror. If we care about total cards, we can play the 3. Doing Calculated Gamble Reflex next turn, so we're probably going infinite next turn if possible. There's 6 cards not in our hand, and 8 cards in hand, so 14 cards total. So if we play 3 cards here, we go down to 11, and we can infinite from 11. We can't infinite from 12, so we can't play 1,000 Cuts. 1,000 Cuts is worse. We don't need to block, we're infiniting next turn. Unless this misses, pretty much. Did not. So Calculated Gamble draws 6. I guess Calculated Gamble could miss 2 if we don't draw either. If we don't draw Acrobatics. It's gonna get energy though. It'll draw something. Alright, we did miss. Alright, so now we have to get cards out of the deck. Or we could just Malaise for 5. Malaise for 5 actually blocks out, and none of the other cards in hand block out. Otherwise we get hit for 1. So if we're legit trying to take 0, then we Malaise. But he's going to burn us for 2 here, so we might be actually getting out of range of combo pretty quickly if we don't play more cards. So we could play 1,000 Cuts Caltrops to play more cards out of the deck. Yeah, let's get rid of 3 cards here. And then Malaise for 1 extra or Flying Knee for damage. I think Malaise for 1 extra. I just want to take less damage. Missed again. At least this time he's not putting burns in the deck. We can get rid of a Piercing Whale here. These do 2 damage to us, so we kind of don't care, but we could Survivor to block it. This has to be a combo, right? Alright, I'm just gonna Glass Knife. No, I'm gonna Survivor. I want to take 0 damage. Come on, deck, let's do it. Actually, we might want to not discard Reflex here, so that we can discard it with Survivor. So that we can redraw the Acrobatics with it. Potentially. Wait. No, it doesn't matter. We just do anything other than Reflex, and then we draw full. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can't perfect, true. So this draws Calculated Gamble and shuffles twice, do anything else, and then Calculated Gamble. This draws Calculated Gamble, anything else, and then Calculated Gamble. Okay, so we found the thing. It's energy positive, so we can kill with Flying Knee if we want to, or we can just kill with 1,000 Cuts if we're willing to take absolutely forever. Okay. I guess Glass Knife hasn't been played yet, so might as well do that one. It's way more damage. Okay. Glass Knife is still more damage. Now Glass Knife is... or Flying Knee is more damage? No, actually still Glass Knife. Now it's Flying Knee. Okay. This combo is very difficult because it shuffles the hand all the time, so you have to like find all the cards every time you shuffle. Can't use hotkeys very effectively. Alright, nothing to set up. I guess Sundial. Sundial's already set up. Okay. Grand Finale seems pretty playable. That definitely makes the deck a lot more efficient against Time Eater. Sure, right? Then we can, like, remove Flying Knee and Glass Knife. One more Acco, we can remove Gamble and Reflex. Sure. I mean, why would we do that, though? We already have an infinite. Why would we, like, remove all the parts of the current infinite and then add new things? I guess, like, adding one card lets us remove two is kind of good. Yeah, I think it's really just a Time Eater play, but it's increases our damage so high, it has to be good, right? Also, the meme of having a Grand Finale in the deck is super high. Should be pretty difficult to set up Grand Finale if we're not infiniting, but it could happen. It's just a standard one. We don't need any upgrades, so Fusion Hammer seems pretty pickable. The extra energy seems really important. We have a shovel, so we already have things to do at campsites instead of upgrading. This seems like kind of a slam dunk pick, but I'll talk about the other ones just in case. Astrolabe, best targets are Flying Knee, Neutralize, and Nightmare, probably. We want to keep the Survivor. I guess 1,000 Cuts is kind of a good target. But Neutralize, like, has kind of... The luster has worn off now that we have Grand Finale. And I guess Sundial, so that the combo's energy positive and we don't have to mess around with zero cost attacks. Best case scenario, we get like a Tactician or another Acrobatics or Reflex. Nah, I guess Reflex isn't actually that good. Burst would be okay. Backflip, anything like draws cards or exhausts. So even like Footwork is fine. It's better than Nightmare, right? Nightmare's too expensive. So this could like decost the deck, remove some cards. It's like a decent utility pickup. You get them upgraded too, but there's nothing like game breaking here that I can see at least. I guess like a Prepared Plus would be pretty game breaking. If it's like Prepared Plus, Reflex Plus, and Acrobatics Plus, like we're gonna turn 1 infinite every single time. That's nice. But that's probably not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is we get like a Poison Stab Plus and some other garbage. Bullet Time. But it could be like Wraith Form too. You're already energy positive. Is Hammer super useful? Yeah, Hammer's basically just a lantern here. Hammer just like gives us 1 extra energy to bootstrap so we can get started. I guess we could take Runic Dome. We don't really care what enemies are doing. We're going to infinite combo and kill them on turn 1. Let's see, what fights do we care about? What the enemy is doing? Like Time Eater, the Heart, Shapes, maybe? So our current Shapes solution is just like 1,000 cuts and do an infinite with no damage. Or I should say Spiker solution. The rest of the Shapes we can just hit them. I don't have to care about whether or not we're attacking. But Spiker is a bit of an issue. But, you know, we just have to play 1,000 cuts and then 50 other cards. It's fine. Yeah, I don't think we ever care about what enemies are doing. It's kind of scary that we, like, can't block and are considering taking Runic Dome, so we don't even know what they're doing. I feel like we just die randomly to something that we weren't predicting, but, like, we should be comboing on turn 1 by Act 3. And I don't think any of the scary fights where you really need to know what they're doing are happening in Act 2. So I guess it's between these two. They both have, you know, they both have the same upside, and the downsides are comparable. What else do we want to upgrade? Terror would be nice. So like Terror and Adrenaline maybe get upgraded to get an extra energy. Nightmare just gets removed. We don't actually have to remove most of the cards. It's only a 16 card deck, so we have to remove like, I don't know, 4 cards or 5 cards or something, and like some of them are Adrenaline, you know. It's pretty easy to do. And we remove like Nightmare, and then removing the cards gets a lot easier. Malaise is free, right? And we have energy, right? Unupgraded Prepared would be fine, actually. Unupgraded Prepared works just fine with Reflex. Also, we don't really need that anymore, because we have Sundial, so we're happy to just keep the Acrobatics. I guess it would be nice to upgrade the Acrobatics itself. Acrobatics and Reflex would help us get online. I guess we have a Piercing Whale in the deck, so we probably shouldn't pick Dome, because we need... Like, we could theoretically need to play the Piercing Whale at the correct time. I'm gonna take Fusion Hammer. Okay. Hyper Beam guy. Should be able to kill him before he kills us. Got a bunch of money. It'd be nice to go to a shop. We've already done our Mega Elite. How do we feel about Act 2 Elites? If we can get a Grand Finale, then Slavers are done. So that would be nice. Yeah, just going to a bunch of shops gets us card removes. So I think I like this 2-shop line on the right. It's also a 3 elite line. Or if it's a 4 elite line. I don't know if we can actually survive 4 elites. We can skip 1 elite for a fire, though, with Pantograph. Maybe. Other line is go here. 2 fires. Yeah, there's 3 fires over here. 3 fires with a shovel seems pretty insane. There's actually quite a few relics that do card draw as well. There's like a Centennial Puzzle and like Gambling Chip and Bag of Prep. So just like going to campsites and digging can be better than removing a card at a shop. I think left is better. Digging that many times and having the versatility to rest if we need to is like super powerful. Like, why would we fight 4 elites when we can just fight a fire elite? Those are just as good. We don't need the card rewards or the gold from the elites particularly. Okay. I don't need to play any of these. Calculated gamble. 4 cards left. If this acrobatics was plus, we'd have a guaranteed grand finale here. It's too bad. Yeah, we can shuffle here, but we can't grand finale. There's no way to draw 1 card. Okay. Let's get some cards removed. And get energy for next turn. Try to go infinite. Seems right. Awkward gamble situation. I guess this is infinite, right? Wait, do we have too many cards in hand? We do. We have to get rid of 1 card. What's the card? I guess we can Nightmare and then combo this turn, right? Because if we Nightmare, nothing goes in the discard. We draw 8 cards, which is most of these again. And these 2, and then we combo. This only costs 1 energy. Yeah, this is safe. It doesn't really matter what we Nightmare. Doesn't matter what we do. We'll hit Grand Finale. Actually, we can't Grand Finale because we can only draw 2 cards right now. And Reflex draws 2, so we have to play this. What's the worst draw for Slavers? Anything that doesn't play Grand Finale on turn 1. Okay, now we can Grand Finale. Oops, I should have checked the sundial setup. I was lucky. I didn't look at it. Is setup ever good? What about deflect? We talked about deflect earlier. Currently the combo is block negative against the heart. Unless we get tough bandages. Is it block negative? Because we have, it's energy positive and we have a survivor. If we get a survivor plus, blocks for 11. Wait, can we actually do survivor plus? Is that too many cards? Because in acrobatics, let's see. So the combo is calculated gamble, then acrobatics, right? And so after we calculate gamble, there's 1 card in the discard, and it's calculated gamble. So then, yeah, after survivor, there'd be 3 acrobatics draws all of them. So it does work. So the 3-card combo is calculated gamble, survivor, acrobatics. So 3 cards, 11 block. So yeah, it's +5 block per cycle. Okay. Wait, it costs 2 energy to do that though, and it only shuffles twice because the acrobatics doesn't do the the over shuffle. Oh wait, actually, the calculated gamble reflex line actually does shuffle twice, right? Because you calculate gamble with a reflex in hand and 2 cards in the discard. No, it only shuffles once. Yeah. So we'd have to have energy to do Acrobatic Survivor. If we do the cycle with no card in the loop, how much energy does that generate? So this shuffles once, this shuffles twice, it's 3 times. So it generates 1 energy per loop. So unfortunately that's actually not enough. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Stixy. Appreciate the support. Thanks for baking for 9 months. And may the Kronger be with you. Whole baby. That's right. So yeah, so yeah, we got a shovel, and we were like, should we upgrade something or dig? And then we dug, and Sundial showed up. So now we're doing Sundial stuff again. So yeah, so the full combo is Calculated Gamble Acrobatics, Calculated Gamble Survivor Acrobatics. Now that is -1 health per loop against the heart. So that doesn't quite work. So maybe we do take the deflect. Also, a footwork would solve that. Footwork would make that block positive. So we don't have to do specifically deflect. Could do anything. But deflect seems like a pretty reasonable solution. And then the combo is Calculated Gamble Deflect Acrobatics. And deflect plus blocks for 7, so 3-card loop, 7 block, it's +1 per loop. It's not much. We can do it. Boy, can you imagine having to do that loop, like, 40 times against the heart? Oh, we can't upgrade it, good point. Yeah, we can't upgrade Survivor either, I was talking about Survivor Plus. That's not possible. Yeah, getting this thing to be block positive against the heart is not obvious, huh? Maybe we just don't care. Maybe we just hit hard enough with Grand Finale that we only have to do the loop like twice. And then we're just blocking with like Piercing Wails and Malaise until he's dead. Seems pretty scary though. Yeah, Footworks would solve it, yeah, if we get 2 of them. Or 1 Footwork plus and a Oddly Smooth Stone. Or like a Kunai or something, right? There's a lot of stuff that can solve it. Yeah, Dex Pot, sure. We have a Speed Pot in the bar. We can just hold that until the heart. That solves 1 of the turns. We really only need to solve 2 turns, right? Because we're gonna damage cap him in 4, I think. Alright, so we're not gonna take Deflect. I almost talked myself into it. Thanks for Quoth for reminding me I can't upgrade. Okay, so we're skipping. Chaos versus Swift Pot. Pretty similar potions, just one of them plays the cards, one of them puts them in your hand. I'm pretty fine with playing the cards, so I think this is an upgrade. Although we could drop the Speed Pot. Speed Pot only pays off on Survivor currently. Yeah, I guess 5 health is probably less than Distilled Chaos is worth. Because Distilled Chaos can make us combo in a turn we wouldn't otherwise. Apparitions, huh? That definitely solves the heart. Gives us some extra cards we have to get through. You're usually pretty happy to get through these cards, though. You just draw them and play them, and you're like, great. I'll take 2 damage, go to the next fight. It makes our Pantograph turn into a full heal. So, like, the end of Act 3 and Act 4 is pretty free. Gives us an extra way to not die against slavers and such. Seems pretty good. Okay. Kind of sucks that we lose like a bunch of current health, but they seem very Strikes and bites, how about? No, definitely not. If we're turn 2 infinite, so you can't kill the heart on turn 2 is the main reason. This like solves the heart for us. We were just looking for a heart solution and now we found it. So with this, the survivors dramatically block positive. I think we want to go to a shop, so let's go fight this guy. Ah, spawn camping the shop. Classic looter strategy. Okay, let's go next. Craig draws 3 of these, probably gets an apparition. Looks like there's no way to set up grand finale of this shuffle. I guess technically we could use both of these potions right now, but that would do it. It makes going to the heart difficult if dazed or pit in our deck? No. I don't know what pit is, but I know that I disagree. Yeah, I think we just chill this turn. Okay. Get some cards out of the way. Do a bit of damage. Take 2. Put. That makes sense. Once again, 1 card off of Grand Finale, and that card is Calculated Gamble, so we're not comboing this turn. Let's see, so Glass Knife kills Mugger before he escapes, and we're already blocked out. I guess we can just Nightmare the Glass Knife and get Leaf on both next turn. Okay. Yeah, we should have plenty of room in the deck to deal with statuses. Wow, what a poison card reward. Noxious Fumes Catalyst. Doesn't seem necessary. It's just extra cards in the deck at this point. What is our permanent deck size currently? We've got 19 cards, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 get removed. So our permanent deck size is currently 8, which is fine. So we can deal with the 2 permanent heart statuses just fine. And we'll get some card removes, like at the store. Can you move your welcome thing, please? Concentrates an extra way to discard Reflex. Bottled Lightning could put Acrobatics in the opening hand. That helps us combo on turn 1. Chemex kind of makes sense with a Malaise in the deck. Not super necessary, but still. Gremlin Horn's pretty okay. We could, like, Terror, Glass Knife, a Slaver on turn 1, draw a card. Use that card to infinite. Also, just like a way to draw 1 card would make Grand Finale playable sometimes. Almost certainly doing a card remove on something. Neutralize, Flying Knee. And, let's see what else. Nightmare could be good targets. Secret Open says Exhaust on it, but I don't think there's really a good target. It's probably just getting Glass Knife most of the time. Any potions good? Seems like probably not. I might just want to save money for card removes later. Bottle's okay, but I don't think it's really worth much. And it's like a very expensive Gremlin Horn. I don't think I'm really willing to pay $280 for a Gremlin Horn. What's the expectation for a price? Isn't that... Doesn't it say somewhere? I've got some mod that tells me what the price ranges for stuff is. Oh, here it is. So the uncommon relic, yeah, 289 is the top of the range. I think it's pretty close to that, 281. I guess it's not. It's a pretty narrow range. Yeah, really only common relics have a decent price at shops. Rare relics are like mega expensive, and uncommon relics are not cheap either. But it's pretty easy to pay for a common one. Or a shop relic. Shop relics are amazing and also cheap, which is kind of silly. Yeah, I don't think Chemex is really worth the money. I think we just take a card remove and leave. I could improve our Slaver fight, if we're worried about that. I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather just not have the card in the deck. I guess Secret Weapon could be the one card reward, or card that we've needed to get Grand Finale online. But really, just card remove is that. Hey, Praise Snecko. A glorious Kronger to you as well. It's probably Neutralize, right? Neutralize is nice because it costs 0, but... it's kind of absurd to compare Neutralize and Malaise Plus. Malaise Plus is like... does the same thing as Neutralize, except it exhausts, gets out of the deck, and like minuses their strength by 1, as opposed to doing 3 damage. I got the second shot 2 weeks ago, so this is my fully vaccinated date, not the second shot date. Yeah, but I wasn't too bad after the second shot either. I went to a baseball game this weekend. Celebrated my fully vaccinated status in that way. It feels weird to remove Flying Me because I spent an upgrade on it. Yeah, let's just do Neutralize. Yeah, Disarm is insane. It's unfair to compare other cards to Disarm. It was very weird to be at an event, yeah. But also, like, felt normal, you know? I've been to a lot of baseball games in my life, so... it's nice to get back to him. No, I don't think I'm gonna get Bottle. I think it's a waste of time. Or waste of money, rather. Alright, yeah, I think we're done here. Just save the money. Not a good shop. Can't smith. No point in resting, so we're gonna dig. Strike Dummy. Totally useless. Wonderful. Actually, this pretty sweet Bloody Idol is amazing with the apparitions. We've got like no health, so this is gonna like full heal us every fight. Yeah. So for baseball games, you have like a seat, and they social distance the seats. I feel like concerts is you can't really have. I mean, I guess some concerts have seats. It feels like a lot of them you're on your feet. Personally, not much of a concert person. We could do this too. Usually this is not great, but getting a little bit of extra max HP would be kind of nice. To be able to go into the heart fight and be like, okay, if I like totally whiff on a turn, I'm not gonna like die to it. But I think the plan is just don't whiff. All right, once again, digging up the storm. Toxic Egg, wow, that's a really nice compliment to our Fusion Hammer. So now if we get like a Prepared or an Acrobatics or something, we can actually pick it. Meat on the Bone looks pretty skippable here. We've already got a really good source of healing. Actually, 2 of them, Pantograph and Bloody Idol. And Meat on the Bone, like, getting to half health is pretty scary. We'd have to go to 17. Although, if we do go to 17, we instantly heal up to 29, which is like almost full health. And then we get gold at the end of the fight, so we heal up to 34. So if we can get to 17, we basically go back to full, which is pretty sick. But we do have to pick a Sapphire Key at some point. And this seems like a reasonable occasion. Since we have a lot of healing already. It's tough to skip a meat on the bone, it's so good. But yeah, it doesn't do much in the run. And like, the next relic could be like Gambling Chip or something that we really don't want to skip. Okay, Book of Stabbing's pretty scary, because if he hits us, he wounds. And if we get 2 wounded, we can't combo anymore. Only 20% potion chance. So it does sting a little bit to use a potion here. Probably going here to fight another elite. We can malaise him for 5, but then he hit us for 1 twice. Which would get us wounded. We could play the Distilled Chaos, and if it hits like Adrenaline, then we can malaise him down to 0, and then he doesn't wound us. I guess either potion would do that, right? Because Adrenaline costs 0. In fact, if we do the Distilled Chaos, we could hit Calculated Gamble and then lose the hand, and not be able to malaise at all. But then we probably draw like Apparition and Survivor, so it's not like it's actually bad. It just feels kind of bad. All right, let's go. Okay, as predicted. Yeah, we did hit Apparition and Survivor, so I predicted literally the whole turn. Okay, neat. We want to remove cards from the deck. Acrobatics is guaranteed to hit Adrenaline here. It's kind of neat. Actually, we could Nightmare an Apparition. No, that seems like a waste of time. So let's just get rid of some cards. We do have to play Survivor to block out. We want to play the Apparition, so otherwise we lose it. Let's play the Adrenaline. Now. 6 cards in the draw, 8 cards in hand, that's 14 cards total. Need to get rid of 3 cards before we combo next turn. Still have to play Survivor. So we can get rid of Terror, Piercing Wail, Malaise if we want to. And then we might be able to combo, depending on the draw. Once again, we're going to be 1 card off Grand Finale. It's irritating. Okay. Looks like we missed it. 1 card off again. Okay, not a huge deal though. We can just get rid of Caltrops and 1000 Cuts and Ascender's Bane this turn and then combo next turn. Survivor to make sure we don't get wounded. Glass Knife for damage. Okay. Alright, there you go. Then we can fit Grand Finales in. Accidental Sundial setup for Shuriken. Doesn't really do anything, but sure. These are all bad. These are poison cards. We do have a Toxic Egg, so like Bouncing Flask with Toxic Egg's pretty nice, but not in this deck. Fight an extra elite. Ice cream. Interesting. We could have had Ice Cream Chemex. Ice Cream Chemex Malaise. Think of all the cool stuff we could have done. Piercing Whale Survivor does some stuff. That blocks out, right? Piercing Whale puts her down to 3 and him down to 8, so it does not block out. I guess with Malaise it probably does. Yeah. Let's get some cards out of the deck. And I guess I'll play this, because why not? One more card out of the deck, sure. I don't think we're really trying to combo this turn, but we would like to draw Survivor. Maybe we are comboing this turn. Actually, we get a Grand Finale here. Grand Finale does 75 damage to Centurion, so we can Flying Knee him to death. Or we could Flying Knee on Mystic, because Centurion's already dead. Oh, this fight's over. Nope. Sundial setup wants to happen. Oh, that would kill her. Not ready for that. Okay, so that's a Sundial setup, and that would go. We talked about footwork, but we don't need it anymore because we have apparitions. And that was kind of a sketchy plan anyway. We needed like 2 footworks and something. So no footwork. Quick Slash actually can be part of a Sundial Infinite. Quick Slash Acrobatics is an Infinite, but we've already got an Infinite, so what do we care? I guess if we pick Quick Slash, we can drop Calculated Gamble and Reflex, so it could technically remove a card from the deck. And it makes our Infinite combo do damage, which is kind of nice. But Reflex and Calculated Gamble are actually helping us get the combo online. So I think they're better than Quick Slash. Better than Quick Slash. Betterin. Here's Slavers. They are going to hit us, but it looks like for just 3. I think we're just happy to 1,000 Cuts double apparition. Could use a drop pot, yeah. We're only at 20% potion chance, because... oh, good point. Yeah, wounds. I forgot about that. 3 wounds. Going to make it difficult to combo if we don't combo quick. I think probably what we're doing is Vulnerable Pot and Grand Finale. So we'll use the Swift Pot to make sure that Grand Finale is getting set up if we need to. So if we use Acrobatics, Streamline, and Swift Pot, we draw all 13 cards next turn. Right, because we do a 5 naturally, and 5 from these, and then 3 from that. So we'll use that to force Grand Finale next turn. And with the Terror on Taskmaster, we should end the fight without having to shuffle. If we play 1,000 Cuts first, we actually don't need to land the Terror. Because he'll take 7 damage just from dots. Yeah, we don't care about wounds. We'll be fine. I mean, if we combo without shuffling, we don't care about wounds. No, we're never drawing wounds because they're in the discard pile. Is the idea. Calculated Gamble right now draws exactly 6 cards. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. plus 2 is 7, so we need to play something else first. So Apparition or Glass Knife would do it. No Reflex. What? Yeah, I was counting Reflex. I mean, I was counting wrong, but yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards currently, so we play 1 card. And now it draws 4 plus 2 is 6, so we draw Grand Finale and play it, and then we win. And Sundial set up. Wow, we have all the healing relics. We were even offered Meat on the Bone. Bloody Idol, Pantograph, Toy Ornithopter. Sure. Acrobatics says plus on it. What's the permanent deck size? We're 18 cards minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're a 7-card deck, so we're allowed to add a card. Yeah, this is the exact opposite of last act where we got up to 80%. Now we're down to 10. Very unlikely. So we can add 1 card and still combo against the heart. Although if we can get down to 6 permanent cards, then we can combo even with the non-permanent statuses in the hand, the Daze and the Void. So it would be better to go lower rather than higher. But I don't think we're particularly fussed about it. And we have more card removes coming. Acrobatics Plus just seems really good. Yeah, and being able to choose between 3 and 4 cards can be the difference between Grand Finale happening and not. Ancient Pot does nothing in this fight. So there's no point. Unless we want to try and save the Ancient Pot for the heart. Block the vulnerable. That's true, we can remove the calculated gamble reflex now, since we have 2 acrobatics. But, again, these are helping us draw the deck, so... they're definitely better than, like, Glass Knife and Flying Knee. I don't think blocking the heart's vulnerable is really that important. We're going to generate infinite block. Get jaxed. Turn 1 strength, not super important. It only increases the damage of Grand Finale by like 6%. So not super significant. Transform 2 cards could be a card remove. Could transform the Glass Knife and the Flying Knee, trying to get rid of them. Any card that says discard on it, or says exhaust on it, or is a power, would be a pretty huge upgrade. It feels weird to give him a upgraded rare attack and an upgraded common attack, especially when we have a fusion hammer. If they get skills back, we do get them upgraded because of Toxic Egg. What's the worst case scenario? If we get like Predator. Predator is a pretty good card. I guess like Poison Stab, right? This on average is a card remove. Yeah, it'd be nice to get rid of Nightmare as well. No, I'm not holding Nightmare for anything. It's just, it came out of the box and we haven't gotten around to removing it. It says exhaust on it, so it's not like a removal priority. But we're not, we don't want it. It's bad. Yeah, we just haven't removed much. Yeah, I mean, it's a 3 energy removal, but we have, like, Fusion Hammer and Sundial, so we, like, can afford it. And it can be really good. It's actually won us a bunch of fights by, like, Nightmare and Glass Knife and Adrenaline and stuff. It's not a bad card. I mean, it's definitely not Jax, and I don't think it's Mutagens, because they don't do anything. So I think it's Transforms. It seems like we should transform permanent cards. The only permanent cards are Survivor, Flying Knee, Glass Knife, Reflex, Calculated Gamble, Acrobatics, and Grand Finale. And, like, Survivor's part of the combo, the Acrobatics are part of the combo, Reflex and Calculated Gamble are too good. So it's kind of just these two are left, and Grand Finale, but Grand Finale is the damage. So I guess we just pitch these. Alright, you served me well. Goodbye. We got 1 card remove. A Blur Plus, too. We can remove Survivor now if we want. Blur Plus is quite a bit better. But I guess this discards, which can hit Reflex. Is Caltrops doing enough damage? We're definitely not depending on Caltrops for damage. We're depending on Grand Finale for damage. But it does something. Oh, to stay in the deck. The reason that Caltrops is in the deck is it's a 1-cost power. It just is inoffensive. Removes itself. Alright, clearly not resting. Could recall now, I guess, if we wanted to, like, free up our Act 3 pathing a little bit. But our Act 3 pathing is going to prioritize fires anyway, because we have Shovel. So we might as well just dig now. Potion Belt, sure. This apparition does nothing, so we might as well just skip it. Get that out of the deck. Get this out of the deck, get that out of the deck. Now it does something. We can actually Piercing Wail to block this turn. We don't even need the apparition. We could discard the apparition with Acrobatics, I guess. Probably can't combo this turn. I guess let's see what it says. We're not way off. Let's give it a shot. Acrobatics wants to draw 3 of the remaining 4 cards. We don't have the space in hand. I guess we could Calculated Gamble. Is it possible for us to combo this turn? Because we've got 1 more space in hand, so we need to remove 3 cards. We've only got 3 energy, but we get 2 more, so we have 5 energy to remove 3 cards. Yeah, seems like we should be able to do that. So then do we play Caltrops and Piercing Wail? That's 2 card removes. We don't have to redraw them. Yeah, I guess so. We could remove Apparition, too. But Apparition removes itself, so that's kind of appealing for to let that do its own thing. Acrobatics draws all of these, and we can Reflex. Yeah, looks like we actually are comboing here. Acrobatics draws the remainder of the cards. Yep, this is combo. Can't afford Grand Finale right now. We can afford it in a second. So now we have to Calculate Gamble because we can't afford the Acrobatics. Sweet. Turn 2. Using Grand Finale to proc Shuriken. So absurd. Why are you playing it every other time? Because the other acrobatics isn't upgraded, I don't think there's room for it. Here, I'll demonstrate. So like, okay, so this grand finale puts 2 cards in the discard pile, right? So I guess this would shuffle twice, huh? So we could just do acrobatics loops, I guess. Yeah, because that shuffles twice, and well, I guess the fight's over. So, oh wait, I want to shuffle before the fight ends. Okay. After image. It's kind of unnecessary, right? Just gets in the way. It's fun, though. Means we don't have to think as hard. Is there an Alchemize here? I didn't even notice that yet. Alchemized Potion Belt's pretty reasonable. Burst Plus is good, too. Burst Plus on Acrobatics will draw you a full hand. Burst Plus on Apparition will block you forever. On Adrenaline. A lot of good targets, but then Burst is in the deck forever. It doesn't exhaust, so... take AI and remove Survivor. Yeah, we could just remove Survivor. We don't have to take AI for that. We have Blur. We could remove both. We can't really remove both with... I guess we could remove... I mean, we don't really need any block because we have Apparition. We could just remove both and not add AI and still kill the heart, I think. Although it would be a little tighter. Does Alchemize get us anything that we care about? Like, it gets us like a Ghost in a Jar or something, maybe? I mean, with a Toy Ornithopter, Alchemize is like hard to skip, right? I almost hate to say it out loud, but we do have a Nightmare. If we take an Alchemize, we're like a Nightmare away from doing silly stuff. Doing Nightmare combos. We have Apparitions, too. We skipped a setup earlier. Setup is insane in that combo. You set up on one of the Nightmares and then it's free forever. Yeah, I'm not even sure After Image really helps against the heart. Yeah, right. We're at the point in the run where decision making is difficult because we've kind of already won. So we have to think about like how do we lose. Because we beat Time Eater pretty easily with Grand Finale. I think we beat the Heart 2 pretty easily currently. Is there anything that kills us? I guess like Nemesis with Burns on 1 is still scary. So we need to like focus on comboing on turn 1. That's the only way we die. And these don't help us combo on turn 1. I guess Alchemize could, right? Because we could Alchemize into like a bunch of Speed Pot, or not Speed Pots, Swift Pots. It irritates me that Swift Pot and Speed Pot both exist and do completely different things. Totally unrelated. Would you rather burst apps or burst apps? I mean, I don't want to do that. We could take burst. Like, we have the room for it, but it's totally unnecessary. I think I'm just going to skip. I just want to keep the deck size down and combo on turn 1. Alchemize is kind of cute. After Image is okay, but it's just not necessary. Can Donu Deca start with the Dazes? They, in fact, always start with the Dazes. Deca Dazes when he attacks, and Deca starts attacking. Alright. Card removes. Empty Cage always, or Hovering Kite always goes off, so it's just an extra energy relic. No, it shouldn't be a problem. So we build the deck to accommodate 2 statuses at least, and that helps you solve Donu Deca. It also helps you solve the Heart, because the Heart gives you 2 permanent statuses and 3 non-permanent statuses. It also helps you solve the Spire Elites, because they give you 2 burns on turn 1. So you basically have to, if you're building an infinite deck, you need to build in 2 space in your hand. At least. More is better. If we take the card removes, it's like... Is is it Blur or Survivor? One of those two, and then like the other one is Nightmare. Yeah, I think Nightmare's the last, or the first exhaust card to get removed. Nobody's recommended removing Thousand Cuts, which I think might be worse than Nightmare. It's less expensive, but sort of equally awkward. Yeah, that transform was really good, huh? Getting 2 skills is pretty insane. I kind of like the idea of having Blur, because then we can generate infinite block and not, like, have to worry about the startup costs on future turns. So I think we remove, like, Survivor Nightmare. I don't think we need energy that badly. It would be nice to have an extra energy. It definitely can't help us start up, but like removing Nightmare and Survivor also helps us start up, so let's do that. Do we ever miss the Survivor? We have had a couple of turns where Survivor hit Reflex and that mattered. But we've got 2 Acrobatics now, and the smaller the deck gets, the more consistent we're hitting Acrobatics with something else, so. So the permanent cards in the deck now are the 2 Acrobatics, the Reflex, the Calculate Gamble, the Blur, and Grand Finale, and that's it? Oh, and Survivor currently. Jeez, this deck is small. Right, yeah, removing 2 cards is really strong. Yeah, let's just remove 2. Okay, this seems insane. Survivor can go... I guess we could do Survivor and Blur. I said we could do it with no block. It seems like kind of an unforced error, though. I don't need to do that. So I'll do Nightmare. Alright. Caltrops and Thousand Cuts. Yeah, but they remove themselves, right? Caltrops is like the easiest card to get rid of. You just play it and it costs 1. It's out of the way. Thousand Cuts is easier to play than Nightmare. We want to optimize for shops, fires, and elites. So, optimizing for many things. Shops are card removes, fires are relics, elites are relics. This little ending bit seems pretty sick. So I probably want to go there. And that sort of backs up into this line. So it ends up being 3 fires, 1 elite, 2 shops. Can we do better? There's another shop here. It's another... oh no, that's only 2 fires. 2 fires, 2 shops, 1 elite. That's worse. This left line has 2 fires and 3 elites, but no shops. I think shops are probably the most important part, so I think we're going to do this line. I'll just start here because this is a choice technically, but we're never actually making that choice. Yeah, 2 shops, 2 elites is not as good as the 2 shops, 1 elite, 3 fires. Because fires are elites, right? Okay, I think we're just getting cards out of the way here. Play one of those to block. Get Caltrops out of the way. And Blur to save health. Get Malaise out of the way. Also exhaust 2 apparitions, so that's something. No way to get 4 cards. Oh wow, we missed both. Acrobatics Reflex remain on top. Alright, well, let's just get rid of the Piercing Wail while it's in hand. Actually, let's do both. And a Terror, because why not? Oh, the other acrobatics is in hand. Duh. Yeah, so acrobatics works with reflex. You can just acrobatics and discard reflex. That's a one-card combo, right? Why does that work and the other way not work? Or with the way with the calculated gamble. Let me just confirm this does not work. Because it didn't work earlier, right? But now there's like no cards in the draw or the discard. Oh, it does work. What? I must have been wrong when I said in Act 1 that it doesn't work, because it does work. Huh. Okay. Alright, so I told a bunch of people in chat that they were wrong about something, but they were not. It does work. Whatever. Alright. Sure, whatever, game. You play by your own rules. There are always 2 cards in the discard pile when we're playing acrobatics earlier. Maybe, yeah. Makes sense. We need to get to 2 discards before we, or to a sundial setup before we play grand finale here. Okay. Piercing Wail doesn't add a card to the deck, but we don't need it. We've got 2 Piercing Wails already. Sneaky Strike's unnecessary, says Infinite Blades. We're done. Okay, here's our first Spiker fight. This one can take a second. Let's draw cards. And I guess just get rid of as many cards as we can here, which is all of them. So we do take 1, but we have healing, so doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and draw a bunch of cards. I guess I'll do this first. This draws the deck. That draws the thing back, and now we can just 1,000 cuts combo them. Alright, time to bust out the old keyboard shortcuts here. Oh crap, this is not energy positive. There's no cards in the draw pile, so it wasn't doing as many shuffles as it normally does. So I guess Gamble is always going to be the last card, so I can just spam 8 here. Oh, good point. We're intangible, so we can just blur Grand Finale. Okay, we're set up now, so blur Grand Finales. Okay. Durr. I just assumed that we were going to have to... Whatever. You saw what happened. I have like a short circuit where as soon as I see lethal, I just start doing it. And so the lethal that I saw first was whatchamacallit? 1,000 cuts acrobatics. So I just started doing that. But that was going to take forever. It was totally unnecessary. Okay. Nope. Those are cards. We don't want cards. Falling. This is kind of scary. Pretty happy to lose Caltrops. Adrenaline's helping us set up, but I guess I'll take a free remove on Caltrops. Okay, shop for an extra... Do we even want removes anymore? I feel like there's nothing left. What do we even remove? I guess 1,000 cuts? After 1,000 cuts, it's like Piercing Wail. It's like nothing left. Terror, eventually. No, Terror helps us against Time Eater, right? Kinda. Is there really value in going to 2 shops here? So the shops remove 1,000 cuts and... I guess we could remove Calculated Gamble Reflex. But calculated gamble is like the easiest way to get energy positive, right? Like in that fight I was just doing. Seems really strong. I'm not gonna do it. So I think it's just 1,000 cuts in Piercing Whale. Ninja Scroll. Now we're talking. Bottled Flame is bad, but it could put Grand Finale in our opening hand, but we don't care about our opening hand because we draw the whole deck. Extra Acrobatics is on sale, I guess. Seems really unnecessary. We're just card removing. 1,000 cuts, goodbye. Dupe Pot is something. Dupe Pot like Malaise against the Heart or Apparition. It's really too bad we got Toxic Egg after we got Apparitions. Can you imagine if these were all upgraded? That'd be nice. Like green cards. I feel like Toolbox is usually quite good, but here hurts us. Because it can give us a card that can't be removed. It's such a good relic, though. Also, it looks kind of like Medical Kit, so maybe if we buy Toolbox, we'll see a Med Kit later. Med Kit obviously is super good. Can you skip the Toolbox card? You can, yes. So it helps us get, like, Dark Shackles and Panic Button? I'm not sure Panic Button is really something this deck is interested in doing. Also, Dark Shackles, like, we already have Piercing Whale plus. What are we looking for from here? Master Strategy would obviously be super good. A Secret Technique or Secret Weapon are both pretty good hits. Apotheosis? Yeah, what does that do? Grand Finale, Reflex, the Apparitions, this Acrobatics. It's something. I guess it's energy neutral too, because it hits Adrenaline and Terror. It exhausts itself. It's not bad. I wish that Toxic Egg applied to temporarily created cards. I don't understand why it doesn't. Yeah, I also think I'm already there and overthinking it. But the frustrating thing about trying to play the game perfectly is you have to continue trying to play the game perfectly, even when you're already way ahead, right? Like, this is a free win. There's no way to lose this. But we still have to think about every decision and try to do them correctly. Because maybe there's a way to lose it that we're not seeing. You think really hard. Make sure. I think this... I don't know what the Dupe Pot is hitting, but it's a good potion. You're just like Dupe Pot Grand Finale. Doesn't have to be anything super fancy. We've got a bunch of money. It seems like Toolbox is usually a pickup. I don't know specifically what it's doing here. Apotheosis is kind of okay. I guess there's another shop coming up, though. There's like 2 more shops, so maybe we're not like... Because we're doing this shop and the Act 4 shop, right? So I guess I'll hold the money. I don't need this super badly. It's not a med kit, you know? It's not like something that's super obviously useful. Do we have any powers left? We don't. We did a falling and a card remove, and now we're out. Okay. Two normality would definitely give us something to remove. It would also, like, immediately murder us, but, you know. Not being able to heal seems pretty suicidal with all the healing relics. So I think we're just going to look for Gambling Chip here. Let's get rid of some cards. Oh wait, we have acrobatics. So I guess we get rid of a Piercing Whale. Oh wait, blur actually kind of works here. Yeah, it seems like we're just comboing on turn 1, right? Doesn't really matter what we do. Double apparition calculated gamble should be fine. Oh wait, we only need to make 1 hand room, so let's make exactly 1 hand room. Oh, actually, we didn't even need to do that. We're gonna draw 9 cards here. But now we need to make a hand room. Okay, good fight. We don't want to play that because we mess up Sundial. Darn it. Okay, now Sundial's set up for whatever reason. So we're done. Okay. Sorry, Hexaghost. Continuing on our quest to get every single healing relic. Or healing, yeah. Every single healing relic. Are we missing any? We were offered meat on the bone and we skipped it. Meat on the bone is our sapphire key. There's got to be some we're missing. There's a ton of them. Oh, what about Blood Vial? We missed Blood Vial. We also were offered bites, so if those count. We've seen them all. Dagger Throw says discard reflexes plus. We could take this reflex and remove the small reflex. That's right. Well, yeah, I guess Ceramic Fish would do it because Blood Idol, yeah, good point. Although we're probably not adding any cards, so I don't know if that would actually practically work. Oh yeah, Meal Ticket. Yeah, no, I'm talking about all healing. Oh, I guess we're missing Feather, too. Man, there's so many. Does Pillow count? Pillow only heals you when you're already healing. I guess it does count. I don't know. I don't think we really need a Reflex Plus, but like, we're running out of cards to remove. No, I'm not taking a card just so it gives me an extra card to remove. I can remove Piercing Whale. It's fine. Is it time to recall? No, we've got 3 fires left. Snecko Skull is useless. Sure. It's our second Darkling fight. So I'll do this for safety. Oh, actually, I could have Adrenalined for a full hand and 10 cards there, so I could have played it. Oh well. Let's get rid of some cards and then gamble. Once again, I got rid of too many cards there. But it doesn't matter. Alright, and that should do it. So Sundial is not set up, but this isn't lethal, so we don't have to think about that yet. Drat. So we have to play Calculated Gamble 2 more times. Right, sometimes it does 1 and sometimes it does 2. I don't understand why I thought I understood Sundial perfectly, but I guess maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it carefully enough, but it definitely went from 2 to 1, or 2 to 0, and then from 0 to 2, right? And I did exactly the same thing both times. There were 0 cards in discard and draw, and I just played Calculated Gamble. These aren't it. Nope. Ooh, we can upgrade a card. Acrobatics seems like the best card. Maybe Reflex. No, it went from 2 to 0, and then from 0 to 2. Did it go from 1 to 0? Because from 1 to 0 is 2 steps. Could upgrade Terror or Adrenaline to... at least I thought it was 2 to 0. Something must be wrong about my understanding of that, right? I must have seen the situation incorrectly. Yeah, let's do the other acrobatics. I think that's nice. Oh wait, we could do Grand Finale if we're worried about Time Eater. It doesn't actually get that much extra damage. 10 seems like a lot, but it's only 20%, which is like below average. Some cards double when you upgrade them. Can you imagine if Grand Finale Plus did 100 damage? Wouldn't actually feel that different. I feel like decks that play Grand Finale usually play Grand Finale as many times as required. Yeah, I'll do the aggro. Okay. Right, it's just an extra fire. Anchor's sweet. Might help us perfect the heart. Dig. Yeah, no reason to recall yet. It's an extra fire either way. Okay. T-set is extra. T-set is actually insane. T-set's like so much extra energy in a couple of fights left in the game. Actually, a lot of fights left in the game. 1, 2, 3, and then the spire elite. So 4 fights we're gonna get. T-set, so 8 extra energy over the course of the run. It's actually a lot. It's only gonna be like 5 turns for the rest of the run, so. Okay. If this is Nemesis, we have to combo on turn 1, but we have potions. Should be fine. Okay, it's not. We can't afford to get wounded, so we have to kill these daggers. So we don't need an apparition. Acrobatics into Reflex is 6 cards, which is what we want to draw to play Grand Finale. We need to clear out some hand room. Frozen Eye in the shop. Yeah, that would be nice. So let's clear some room up. That should be enough room, right? We are counting on top decking the Reflex, which we missed. Oh, I guess Adrenaline also draws too. Sure. No, I'll keep that one and get rid of this. Okay, Grand Finale solves the problem. If we calculate gamble, we probably combo this turn, which I guess is worth trying. Need to clear out a bit of room for acrobatics. We've got 10 cards in hand and 1 in the discard, so we actually want... Oh, Calculated Gamble is the card in the discard? Yeah. That's awkward. We could kill right now, but Sundial's not set up. So I guess we just Calculated Gamble. Oh wait, we malaise and then Calculated Gamble, so we can get rid of a card for free here. Oh, but then we fizzle. Oh well. we'll just combo next turn. Or, we don't even really need to combo, we just need to set up Sundial. Okay, that'll do it. Great. There's a ceramic fish. Prepared plus. There's not too many cards we would add. Prepared plus is close. Would heal us with Blood Idol and ceramic fish. Gets us 9 extra gold, puts us over 500 for the shop. Does it make the deck better? A little. I think it does. But like worse at Time Eater, maybe? What's our permanent card count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So be our 7th permanent card. So we're allowed to pick it. We're allowed to pick up to 2 cards. Because we're getting... Oh wait, we're allowed to pick technically up to 4 cards because we have 2 card removes coming. I mean, Prepared never misses, right? Because it, at the very worst, draws 2 cards. Can it harm the combo? It is card draw negative, for sure. But we have 2 acrobatics pluses, so when we're in the context of the combo, I don't think it ever hurts. I think it's actually fairly helpful. Let's see. So the only turn in the run for the rest of the run where we can't combo is turn 2 against the heart, because we're going to have a bunch of statuses. We're also going to have infinite block on that turn because of blur, so we don't really care, but when we have the sort of volatile statuses, the daze and the void, we won't currently be able to combo. But we'll be able to combo if we remove a card, so I think removing a card is probably better than picking Prepared here. And that card remove is what? It has to be Calculated Gamble at this point, or Reflex. No, we can't remove Reflex. Reflex is part of the combo. I feel like Calculated Gamble helps us sometimes, though, when we like get stuck. There's lots of situations where like our hand is full, so our acrobatics is not shuffling the correct number of times, so like acrobatics is not an infinite, and Calculated Gamble like bails us out. So I kind of don't want to remove it. Maybe we just remove like the piercing whale, right? That's what we talked about. Or malaise at this point. Yeah, it's true. If we had lots of like stuff in the deck we needed to sift through, then Prepared Plus could help, or like a Tactician or something. But it kind of just does nothing. Yeah, let's just skip. Ooh, Warpaint's actually kind of nice here. Pick up a 2nd Grand Finale. Warpaint hits Apparitions, which is insane. Terror, Adrenaline, all great. Reflex even. It's pretty good. Yeah, we're not always able to get into a situation where we're allowed to play Malaise for 0. But yeah, it does at least remove itself for 0. So let's remove the whale before we buy Warpaint, because we don't want to hit that. And is this better than holding the money for Act 4 shop? We actually kind of don't want the apparitions upgraded, huh? Because we've been like leaving them in hand at the end of the turn, kind of like Ascender's Bane, just remove them. So maybe this Warpaint's actually bad. Yeah, we don't really need a solution for Beat of Death. This is the second afterimage we've been offered, so we could have had 2. Which would make us block positive, but we already have blur, so we're fine. I guess it's Grand Finale versus Warpaint here. Sorry, that was my phone. I'm not sure if you can hear the buzzing. I don't want you to think that it is a buzzing somewhere in your house. What does the second Grand Finale do? It makes us do damage faster against Time Eater. So the combo becomes Grand Finale Acrobatics. I mean, yeah, it's not like much better, but it's a tiny bit better. No, we don't have a Black Star, we have a shovel. We've just been digging at every campsite. Yeah, it's pretty unnecessary, I will admit that. But I'm not even sure if this makes us better, right? It's like, some things are good. Like, these three would be good upgrades. But these three, less so. It's probably going to hit one of each, right? That's the EV. I think it's probably still good. Hey, Timnos. Yeah, we're having a great run. Having a blast. I think we probably want to play all three apparitions kind of as soon as we see them against the heart. So having them upgraded doesn't really do anything. I guess this is kind of just like a lantern, right? Because it gives us either Adrenaline or Terror upgraded, most likely. Or it could just hit 2 apparitions, I guess. Or both, right? Could give us 2 energy. I think it's worth doing. It's not, like, amazing, but... Okay, yeah. That's roughly what we expected. Alright. And we'll save money for the Act 4 shop. You say upgrading apps doesn't hurt, but it actually does hurt a little bit. Sometimes we like, if we want to combo on turn 2, we like draw a bunch of cards and then wait for them to exhaust, like Ascender's Bane, and now this one we can't do that with, but it is a better card than the unupgraded version generally. These are both relics, so I might as well take the relic that doesn't have a chance of being Nemesis. Maw Bank. Classic floor 47 Maw Bank. You'll love to see it. I believe you can't get Maw Bank next floor. This is the very last floor you can get Maw Bank. So thanks for coming to Maw Bank. Actually, Maw Bank heals us. Maw Bank heals us with Bloody Idol. It's actually kind of a sick Maw Bank. We might actually not spend any money at the Act 4 shop, just in case we take damage to the Spire Elites. It's something we can do now. Thanks for the follow, for Maboni. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Let's get rid of this noise and draw some cards. This draws 4. We have 5 cards here. There's no way to get one more. But whatever. Our hand's full and we've got 1 extra card, so we need to get rid of something to combo. That may have been untrue. I think we may have just been able to combo right there. But this way is easier. Okay, Sundial, what do you think? Sundial says go again. Okay, Sundial, you tell me. When we're done. Okay, 2, great. That's the number. And we're moving on. This deflect says plus on it. Probably not, though, right? Yeah. No thanks. Power Pot versus... These potions are actually fairly good. I guess Fear Pot probably doesn't matter because we have a Terror in the deck. So I'll ditch this. Alright, here's our recall, I'm not forgetting. And let's go fight the Act 3 elites. This Bloody Idol is trying so hard to heal us. It's only healed us for 6, but it's tried to heal us for like 150. It's like every floor we climb, we get gold. We get gold whenever we win a fight. We get gold whenever we pick a card. Dex Pot for the 1 defend card we can play infinitely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure if you're joking or not, but like against the Beat of the Heart, that increases our the rate at which we gain dex a little bit. It's a quality of life. It's not like a real advantage. I'm gonna play the upgraded one so that we can get to a combo a little bit faster. Looks like Calculated Gamble's the next play. And I kind of want to draw all 5 cards, so I'm just going to Calculated Gamble the whole hand. Yeah, no powers. We're just going to infinite combo on turn 1. We probably can't save the cultists, unfortunately, since all of our damage is grand finale. I guess we technically could. Actually, no, we literally cannot do damage that isn't grand finale. We have no non-AoE damage. Huh. Sorry, cultist. Let's get this out of the way and this out of the way. And I guess save the block for later. No, wait. I wanted to draw all the cards. So this is infinite. Great. Kapow. Kapow. Playing an enemy that exhausts the first card played each turn. Yeah, that'd be pretty scary. Oh crap! I should have played Malaise before so I could get rid of it. Guess I'll save my block. Yeah, Shuriken's like, please, can I have some attention? No, Shuriken. Nobody cares about you. I really enjoy playing just Grand Finale and Calculated Gamble. It's like, Awakens one's like, hey, wait a minute, you're not gambling. This doesn't feel like it's random at all. Do we need to set anything up for next fight other than Sundial? Nope, we still don't have any other setup stuff other than Sundial. Sundial's on 1, so we have to go again. Now it's on 1 again. Sundial, what are you even thinking? Okay, so it's going all 3 cycles this time. I don't know what changed, but something. So let's put a card in discard pile, because I believe that changes the math on it. Yeah, so that puts it up by 2. So now if we do it again, we should get there. Sweet. Okay. Okay. Alright. Wow, we actually can't combo this turn. We'd have to use a potion. And that seems unnecessary, so I guess I won't. Move the camera a bit so I can see the sun. Are you talking about the turn timer? It's the only thing I can see that is behind that. Oh, see the seed. Sure. Oh man. Like, Lifeguard just says his camera like all the way up there. He's just like, no, you can't see relics. I don't care. I don't know. It's a fun seed. Sure. Let's get rid of some stuff. Oh, we need to get rid of more stuff because of Dazes. Okay. That's true, I don't want any spoilers from the future. Oh, is it still too high? Boop. Tiny micro adjustments. Well, this deck is strong. Feels like we're doing strong things. We need to do the setup thing for Sundial. Sundial's on 2. The end. Okay. 2 thump. Full health, so let's dig. Sweet. Ooh, we almost turned into a boat. If we see a captain's whale at the shop, we're buying it. Can't stop me from turning into a boat, chat. Being offered our 3rd grand finale of the run. We talked about Deflect a while ago. Doesn't turn out that we need it. Yeah, Pen Nib seems quite good. I mean, as good as things get. I think probably the solution to this shop, unfortunately, is to skip. I know there's lots of cards that people are excited to click on, but the if we lose a bunch of health in the, if we go to 1, right? If we go to 1 health in the Spire Elite fight, then if we get the gold, that heals us for 5, and then we don't pick the card because we can't pick the card. But we get the gold for climbing a floor, so it heals us for another 5, so we go up to 11, and then Pantograph heals us to full. So it could theoretically matter that Maw Bank is still active, and I think that matters more than any of these cards. Right, so we need Pantograph plus the 10 from Bloody Idol. And we only get 10 from Bloody Idol if we keep Maw Bank up. I mean, we could do a remove, but, like, what are we removing? Like, what is the... What's left? I guess Waffle is max health, that's true. So yeah, Waffle could matter quite a bit. I guess Terror is the next card to get removed. We certainly don't need it. It's not very useful in any of the remaining fights. There's not really any point in terrorizing the heart, for example. Ooh. We had a phone down moment, chat. That phone got dropped down the stairs. There's a real argument to just hoard our blood money. There is, yeah. It's fairly meaningful. It's probably not important though, right? Like our minimum healing is 30, and we have 35 max HP. So like, only gives us 4 health if we're at 1. Would you consider taking a deflect? I've actually been offered several deflects. We've been turning them down. We've already got a blur, which I think we're pretty happy with as our block solution. And if we do the card remove, I guess we can't do Pen Nib then. Card remove Pen Nib's too expensive. We don't need Pen Nib though. So yeah, it's card remove versus Waffle, I guess. Card remove on Terror. It seems like, yeah. I mean, we did whiff. We did whiff against Donudeka, right? And whiffing is pretty scary. If we remove Terror, can we not possibly whiff? I think we still can. We get Bane, 3 Apparitions, and Reflex. Yeah, we can still whiff. Or Malaise. Or Grand Finale. Or Blur. Or Piercing Whale. A lot of ways to whiff. We already have Ice Cream to put on that Waffle. Now we're talking about it. I like that. I like that idea. Ice Cream plus Waffle. Ice Cream and Waffle are the two of the weirdest food relics. There's like 2 classes of food relics. There's the ones that give you max HP, the like fruit relics, right? Like pear and mango, strawberry. And then there's the food relics that are like the spice relics that block debuffs, like odd mushroom and ginger. And then like waffle is kind of like, is it a food relic? Or is it a fruit relic? It's kind of like halfway to fruit relic. And then like ice cream is the other food one that just has nothing to do with max HP or statuses. Ice cream is just weird. Yeah, meat on the bone also healing. Meat on the bone, it should be like, yeah, I don't really understand meat on the bone. Like it's fruit, but it's meat. It's meat fruit. I guess the fruit gives you max HP. Seems like the max HP probably never matters. Being at 42, I guess 42 survives. No, actually, the heart's vulnerable attack is like 53, right? So if we somehow whiff on turn 2 and he big attacks, then we still die even with waffle. Seems like this never matters. So I'm gonna do the card remove. Okay. Probably should have thought more about potions, but these potions are reasonable. We can draw 4 more cards with acrobatics, so we can grand finale right now. That doesn't really do anything unless we're infiniting. Let's just get rid of this one, because it's hard to get rid of. I'm not going to discard the reflex, because I want to play grand finale right now. We don't have hand room to play this, but we kind of do. Oh, oops, we didn't have, we have to clear one more room. Okay. Oh, we don't have reflex in hand. Okay. Time to start gambling. And this should be a perfect Sundial setup, too. Neat. Okay. Next up, the heart. Oh, we got Eternal Feather. We got them all. Wait, I thought Eternal Feather you couldn't get right now. There's no more rest sites in the game. What the hell? I thought Eternal Feather was like floor 48 was the latest. I don't understand why I'm being offered this right now. Tactician would have been a different way to infinite that we could have taken a long time ago. But we don't need that anymore. It's just a waste. Concentrate for the heart fight. Seems unnecessary. Extra piercing whale, also unnecessary. Dupe pot could hit like our power pot footwork. We've already got 2 dupe. We've already got 1 dupe pot. I don't even know what we're using the first dupe pot for. I mean, I guess apparition. I guess if we take 2 dupe pots, we can skip the first 2 heart cycles. Yeah, that looks right to me, Saucy. Yeah, you got it right. Build a ton of energy, then dupe malaise. I guess I could do that, but like, I don't know. There's kind of a limit to the amount of value you get out of a giant dupe pot malaise against the heart. Do we ditch the Swift Pot? No, Swift Pot's a way out of a bad draw. I think we're just good with these. Maybe Dupe Pot's better than Power Pot? Yeah, it probably is better than Power Pot. Okay. Okay. Sure. I think we just need to calculate a gamble on the reflex right now. Draw a whole hand. Do the last grand finale. I like the style. Alright, let's go ahead and dupot our first apparition now. And then we need to generate some block before we start losing health to Beat of the Heart. Should be a real disaster. And then we can go ahead and dupot the other apparition. And we're set. Oh yeah, deck spot, sure. We could have theoretically saved it for, whatchamacallit. Not Ornithopter value, but whatever. I guess we should do the part of the loop that generates the block first, both so that we don't lose health and so that we can generate the block for next turn. Yeah, Moxie Ball, this is a good one. We're doing Pandora's Box swaps all month, so we're doing some very silly stuff this month in general. I guess we can do a 50 energy malaise. Like, there's no reason not to, particularly. Yeah, we'll end the turn with a big old malaise, just for fun. I guess we won't end the turn that way, because we need to... Let's see, how do we not draw 5 statuses next turn? I guess we just use the Swift Bot next turn. Did the seed thing not work? We are using Filter the Spire, so I don't know why that would change things, but maybe it changes things. You got a cage swap? Oh, that's not as good. Well, we already used our dupe pots, so we can't do that. But it seems like enough blur, but not really enough block. Am I trying to generate enough block for the whole fight? Oh yeah, on phone it's probably just going to be a different seed completely. Because it's a different, like they both use Java and they're using like the same code base, but there was a lot of porting work done, so I wouldn't expect seeds to be portable that way. That's true. We're gonna take 16 damage in this fight, so I think 147 is plenty. I kind of didn't realize we were taking exactly 16 damage in the fight until somebody mentioned it. Okay, so that is this turn sorted. Let's see, how can we... Yeah, there's nothing we can do that's interesting. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and malaise him for a bunch now. I guess we'll get rid of Piercing Wail, too. We want to get rid of as many cards as we can. So like this, that... and that's it. That's all we can do. Right, yeah. Minus 22 strength. Alright, my turn's over. Your turn. Alright. Let's use Swift Pot so we can continue doing stuff. Ooh, actually, if we use the Calculated Gamble loop, this Void is going to keep redrawing, so we're actually not going to be energy positive. I guess it's... Actually, it is still energy positive. God, that's insane. The Grand Finale Calculated Gamble loop is still energy positive with a Void in hand. It's +1 energy per loop instead of +2. That's insane. Right, so we've got 3 energy now. Calculated gamble. Should take us up to 4. So it'd be down to 2 for a second. Yeah, or I guess up to 5 and then down to 4. Yep. Wow, that's insane. Because it goes all 3 procs, right? Oh, it only did 2 procs this time? That's confusing. Oh, we're weak, so we have to play Grand Finale another 2 times. This turn. Okay, so we have damage capped. We played the slime. We've still got all the block from before. We're still intangible forever. Blocking out burn damage and stuff. Yeah, we're good. This is the 3rd time I've seen turn 4 heart kill. Yeah, well, we've actually been doing them, like, we did one yesterday, for example. We're pretty much doing turn 4 heart kills every time, because Pandora's Box sets you up so well for doing infinites. We don't miss much. We do have a couple losses so far during Pandora's month, but this isn't one of them. Okay, one more, and then we will damage cap this turn. I think we actually want to end with an acrobatics, because I believe that guarantees we draw an acrobatics. Yeah, so there's two acrobatics in this card. These would be the first 2 cards we draw, so now we can't miss. Oh wait, that's not true. We're not shuffling. Oh, we actually he only did 1 armor damage because we melee'd him for so much that he didn't. I think that was a coincidence that we still top decked 2. I think that was not guaranteed. Okay. GG. No fairies to free, unfortunately. We didn't get a ton of value out of the potions, but we got enough. Extra apparitions and stuff sticking around there at the end. Really fun deck. Pretty fast by my standards. It's 2:38. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. What did this Pandora's Box, like, doesn't really super say go infinite. I guess it has a reflex and a calculated gamble, but, like, we got rid of most of these cards. Like the Nightmare, 1,000 Cuts. One of the Piercing Whales went away. I don't know if it was the one from the box or not. Flying Knee, Caltrops. Glass Knife, even. Pretty fun. Yeah, Grand Finale, Infinite. We did Grand Finale just because we were a little bit worried about Time Eater, but we didn't end up encountering Time Eater. I guess Grand Finale is part of the reason why it was a fast run, right? Because we were totally willing to do the Infinite with Neutralize if it weren't for Time Eater. But we didn't need to do that. Cool, yeah. Not too much to say about this one. We picked up an early Sundial, and that was the fuel. But we could have done the Infinite without Sundial. We saw it prepared over the course of the run. We also saw a Tactician, so we could have done other Infinites. We would have gotten there even without the Sundial. But the Sundial is this really strong indicator that it's time to go. So we went Infinite.